Om Jananim Sharadam Devim Ramakrishnam Jagat Gurum Padapadme Tayo Shritva Pranamami Muhurmuhu. What keeps us away from the divine? What keeps our real identity covered? The moment everyday nature takes me to sleep, totally separating me from my bodily existence, still she takes me to deeper layers of my existence, separating me even from mind and senses through which I was seeing dreams. Still dreamless deep sleep. How I am being taken every day to make me understand that, my child, you have nothing to do with this body. You have a different identity. You have a different existence. You are just dwelling in this bodily existence, keeping your center of existence, the epicenter of your being in this body for some time. You go beyond, you live beyond the bodily existence. You have identified to the extent of this body. Then therefore you are coming to the waking state called waking state. Identification with this body brings you to a waking state where alone you see this world and all these things, people and all things happening. The moment you are separated from this bodily existence, you will no more see this world, you will no more see the body with which you are identifying. You dwell in a different world altogether. Similarly, there are various levels of consciousness. We are in the physical plane of existence in waking state, and our present state of existence in which we are passing through 3 layers of existence: the gross, the subtle and the causal. Jagrat, Swapna, Shushupti. We are passing through these 3 states every day. That is, I am entering into an entirely different dimension of subtle world, subtle existence. The world is subtle world. I have reduced myself, separated from the gross physical body, gross qualities, gross perceptions. Completely, I have entered into a different dimension in the sleep, in the dream state. I am in a different subtle, and I go to the causal. It is just like hardware, software and the memory unit or the hard disk in a computer. I am built up. I can go to these 3 layers of existence because I am limited to a dimension in which there are these 3 layers of existence. I push to the grossest in waking state, I withdraw to the deepest layer. One pervading the other, but one is gross, one is subtle, and one is causal. And what is my real identity? When I am passing through these, similarly, I can pass to a higher level of consciousness where I can experience different planes of existence. I am at different level. Bhu, Bhuva, Swaha, Maha, Jana, Tapas. We are at the Bhu level, I am experiencing gross, subtle and causal. Similarly, when I go to Bhuva level, I am dwelling in Swadhisthana at the existential level, not at the gross level, manifested level. The manifested level of Swadhisthana is seeking enjoyments, play, eating, this, that and all, fun. And when in Manipura, it is clinging to life. I want to survive. I need this, I need that. So we are passing, each level of existence takes me to a different level of consciousness. I see something. The consciousness that I am experiencing, the freedom I am experiencing at every level, we cannot go beyond the three levels, lower levels of existence. The Bhu, that is Bhu Bhuva Swa, that is Muladhara, Swadhisthana and Manipura. All jivas dwell in these three layers. And pass through it is not exactly related, but we are passing through these three states, Jagra, Swapna, Shushupti. So level of consciousness, level of existence I am passing through. Can I go to a higher level of consciousness? What do I experience? Suppose I come to the Anahata. In Anahata I see I am more of light, more of freedom, unimaginable dimension in which the reality shines forth like day and night, the differences, like that higher and higher levels of consciousness. Finally, I cross all the layers of limitations and enter into the infinite, eternal, unchanging reality called Sahasrara. Sahasrara is the door to that infinite, eternal existence in which I can expand myself. There I find my real identity. So my identity is covered with my bodily existence, limited to the bodily existence. Bodily existence is just coming out from the Jagra, Swapna, Shushupti identity, waking, dreaming and deep sleep. Again come to the waking, I am there in this bodily identity and being, seeing this world. This is all I can go now presently at this state. So how to I want to find out who am I really? Why am I passing through these three states? What are my joys and sufferings of life inevitably coming to me? What for they are giving? What is the cause? Well, there must be some reason and there must be some purpose. What is this? I want to know the reality, truth. So can I be free from all these bondages? I have to be in this body for some time and I am passing through various stages of development and again I am coming back to death, from birth to death. How it increases and decreases strength and everything you see. So I am passing through these. Can I think? Can I be able to reach that state, what I really am? My bodily identity, how to transcend this and go beyond? Can I be in as much waking as the waking state and know what do I experience in this waking state? Can I experience where do I go in deep sleep and where I find all dualities ending and experience the joy of my own existence? Again project out. Why do I project out and identify with the body? So to know my real identity as divine, unlimited, immortal. Body is mortal. The mortal coil falls off. With the death, I am getting separated eternally from this body. According to my karmic load, I am going to acquire some other body or be in some other state of existence. But this story ends here with the death. So, can I know who am I? Can I know reality? Can I reach that state where immortality, my people say, scriptures say, you are divine. Can I know this? Now, this makes me to, first thing I have to release myself from all awarenesses that presently binding me. I have my duties, I have my children, I have my family. I have all these things. The moment I wake up, I have to find my food. I have to see that my dependents are getting what they need. Now, how you see, I am with the awareness totally filled with I, for me, myself. How can I try to expand or think of a thing which is beyond my limits? Now I want to reach that. So, is there some place in this world where I can forget all this, be in a calm awareness of my own, everything settle down, I am not concerned about anything. All this I am holding on to, I want to release. So a place was found where you can freely, at least daily once or weekly once or any time you want to, you can go and sit there calmly. An atmosphere is given that makes you forget this one. All your awarenesses, dissolves all your awarenesses. So beautiful atmosphere, beautiful altar, beautiful things are, everything is beautified. All the incense stick burning there, beautiful fragrance, breeze that is coming slowly in a cool, vast area, vast canopy. You find, and these arrangements where it is done, where you can drop off all the concerns, drop off all the strains and stresses both in the body and mind, and sit calmly, be yourself, face yourself. You are facing the world and running about to face yourself. We want a place where can we get? They join together, and these arrangements we call a temple. It is supposed to be neat and clean. You can see any shrine of the Ramakrishna temple, Ramakrishna order, so much lighted, everything twice a day, every bit is cleaned, more cleaner and more sterilized than the hospital OTU operation theaters. How much sterilizing, how much cleaning they do. More than that, it will be neat and clean. No dust anywhere. Nothing. Everything is beautifully made. The entrance into the temple complex, entrance into the ashramas and mutts, everything is, everything falls off. I forget everything when I entered the ashrama. That kind, this is the actual temple complex. Huge temples you can see in India from Rameshwar to the north. What types of each temple complex with all carvings and varieties of things. You can see kilometers wide. So many Madurai temple, all this. And places where temple existed, they were made most of the times, it was made by kings. All these were the offerings of kings to the society. Live happily, be aware of the divine, be in touch with the divine, as if you are touching the heaven. Let the heaven come down here on the earth to be with us. So the temples were built. So in temple is a place where you be yourself, independent of all holdings of this world. Few minutes a day where you can, even the sages of the ancient time, you see, even our elderly Swamis tell us, don't be within the temple when at dawn and dusk, be outside. Look at the beautiful nature It awakens the divine within you, looking at the rising sun. The people of ancient time loved to live on the banks of river, on the tops of the hills, where vast horizon can be seen, on the shores of ocean and sea, from where you can have a vast, and the more vaster area you find, you will see that you are expanded. Your awareness is expanded. The small houses you live, compartments and apartments, how you can't move anywhere. And we become so small, I don't know who is living in the next apartment, in the same floor of the complex. So small we become. So they wanted expansion. The temples were made to drop away all awarenesses. And even family, children, parents, those who are sick at home, all this, nature is looking after everyone. Everyone has to cross his own limitations and reach nobody can give mukti to anybody. Nobody can liberate any soul. Nobody can destroy the karma of others. Each one has to uddhared atmanatmanam. Each soul has to strive. Nobody can come in the way also. And whatever sukha dukha is coming to me, suppose my own child is giving me lot of problem and suffering. He has his karmas and you have your karma. And they both are exhausting their karmas and trying to work out their past karmas as well as their tendencies are also driving. Body is a place where karmas give sukha dukha and tendencies, my desire, my craving for possession and enjoyment is fulfilled. Those are the forces. The vasanas and karma phalas are the forces that make me cling to this life, cling to this body. Otherwise, the moment these drop away, I will be expanded to the infinite existence. I identify with the reality. Now I am limited. I am forced to be this body that releases, that expands. So, temple is a place where I can drop away. When I was sitting for one Chaturmasya, I always remember that place in Nasik. I was sitting, Triambakeshwar I think. I was sitting there for Chaturmasya and in one of the devotees' house, and they used to tell, we don't go out when we sit for Chaturmasya 4 months during the rainy season. And the house in which I stayed, it was a house where the house mistress of the house, the mother in the house, she was a teacher for the dumb and deaf in a school, looking after those children as her own children. And in that house, and both the couple used to come and say, Swamiji, we are so happy to serve you when you are sitting. Whole day you are sitting in prayer and meditation, in chanting and worship. But we request you, after all, there are no other people at home. We are two alone. Yet you find something beyond when you go to a temple here. Will you come with us? According to the Chaturmasya Niyama, we don't go. But they used to present it in such a way. Oh, why do you limit again? You are a sannyasi. Why do you limit this house to be a place? The whole world is yours. The whole earth is your home. In the home itself you are going to another room. Please come with us, I will take you somewhere. It was just walkable distance. A temple, maybe a few furlongs away. And one day they took me. And it is a temple where you get down inside the temple, like going inside the earth. As you get down the steps, you'll see a vast cave-like area. Absolute silence, dead silence. And such a vastness, a small image where you can purely concentrate. The mother's one image, small two images of the Tattreya. And then the moment you go, the atmosphere, the whole thing, you are entered into a different dimension as if. Because of the silence, because of the purity, because of the spiritual vibrations, you are tuned to that. Just like you enter a busy street, how your mind works, those vibrations, how it makes you. Similarly, a place where it is terrible, you are seeing some slaughterhouse or something, the vibrations, how they affect you. Some war field where bombs are being dropped, the bodies of the people are scattered in front of you. What would be the state of your mind? How those vibrations, we think nothing affects me, but you see how every place gives a different version of this world. It awakens different bhavas within you. So when I went there, the total disconnection of the entire world to dwell in a world of pure divine existence. I used not to feel, oh, I don't want food, I don't want anything. I am in bliss, I am Ananda. Will this go away if I go back? To that extent, that calmness, that purity, that spiritual vibrations. How many people from ancient time, people might have come there, worshipped there, thought of the divine, left their vibrations and gone away. In temples, we go around the inner Garbhagudi, where deity is placed with, that is, right hand is kept towards the deity and we move about round and round. Deity must be it's called Pradakshina, Dakshina and Vama. Vama is left, Dakshina is right hand. Now with Devata in the right, we move like that, so that I am at the left of the God. When a person sits to my left, I can take care of him. A mother keeps the child on the left thigh when she feeds. She doesn't keep the child on the right thigh. So in serving or taking care of anybody, we keep the person to the left. I want to protect someone, I keep to the left. My hands are free, right, to protect them. So that we see, I am to the left of God. God has to protect me. God has to take care of me, like mother taking care of child. So I keep God to my right and move round and round. This is the life cycle, my whole life, let it go around you. See, center of my feelings, center of my thoughts, center of my existence, be you. I want you to be. So when we go around the temple, the people go on chanting some slokas. They go on singing some bhajans. There are no worldly vibrations. though they aspire something good for their children, they have some ambitions to fulfill. They want their daughters to get married, son to get a job. All these worldly desires are there. Yet, when going around the temple, they are uttering some mantra, they are chanting some name of God, they are feeling the presence of God whom they are begging. That vibrations, when you go without anything, you can hear those things, what they were chanting as if. The vibrations are such, it continues for a long time, like ringing a bell. When the bell or gong is hit, oh, how it continues for long. Like that, people coming and going round. It makes you feel those things, and those feedback to you awakens the divine awareness in you. You feel more and more as if you are logged yourself to a higher reality. So this logging is downloading whatever you need. So in temple we see this calmness, these spiritual vibrations that are left through, and it's a place where you dissociate from all concerns and responsibilities, duties and bondages, relationships, holdings, all let the rope be left loose, nothing, no bondages. You are yourself like a bird flying in the sky, alone. You are like a fish in the water, feeling freedom to move as you want. So this is the temple. When the people used to flow to Sri Ramakrishna, they used to first to go to the Sri Ramakrishna used to say, oh, go to the temple and come. By the time they come, they see, and when they enter Sri Ramakrishna's room, they are not there. The whole thing, they have forgotten their family, they have forgotten everything, and they are themselves. Now the transformation is easy. When holds are there, you cannot operate on it. In temples, God can work, nature can work, myself can work upon myself. I can chisel myself. My hands are free, my senses are free, my mind is free, my intellect is free. I can know what are my defects, how to go get rid of. In the morning, why did I get wild in my home when my child started screaming that he wants ice cream? Usually, this is what we see. And why did I get wild? That self-introspection. Oh, I should never do like that again. The child is helpless. To whom else will that child go other than coming to me? So all these corrections, I am able to chisel myself. I am able to view myself, understand myself. I am able to relate myself to the divine. Oh, this is eternal relationship. These duties and responsibilities are temporary phases of my life. I have to carry on with it. These are all passing events of life. I need not worry. I can live happily doing my duties and offering it to the divine. All these understanding and awareness we gain, we come across when we enter a temple. So when Sri Ramakrishna lived in temple complex with all these natural facilities, that is, he need not work on them as soon as they come and sit with all their tensions and this one, as if he is weeping there because of the prahara of the world, the beatings of the world, the shocks of the world, unable to bear the stress and strain. When they come in there to bring calm down them itself will take lot of time. But when he is in the temple complex, as they enter, first thing is, who has done this? Who is that Rasamani? Who is Mathurnath Vishwas? What a beautiful complex they have prepared. What a great sacrifice they have done in their life to bring up. So the thought of sacrifice, somewhere this thought of sacrifice must come for us to link ourselves to the divine. They see somebody has sacrificed, somebody has built, somebody has given, somebody has done. So nice. When you go to Dakshineshwar temple, especially those days when we went first in 60s and 70s, there was no other building, even the sales of fruits and vegetables or anything, or the temple needs used to be in tents. So forest as it is, as it was perhaps, might have small differences, but mud roads leading, everything, every tree and plant bearing fruits and flowers. First itself, the entering itself reminds of a sacrifice. Sacrifice yourself. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.